Don't ask me what time it is. It's like really quite early in the morning. But there's storms around, so I thought I'd try and get some of the activity. It's quite a bit of, actually a bit of lightning. I just saw a big, huge streak come down vertical from the sky. All I have to do is bother to sit up near my window. I was like, oh, that was a big lightning streak. I should try and get some footage of this. And I was like, I knew it was supposed to bring rain, but I didn't know it'd be like lightning at like 3 a.m. or whatever. So it's probably around 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. And it's like all the I just woke up and it's like, oh, what's all this flashing? And it's like, oh, lightning, real lightning around. We got like 3 or 4 days of storms apparently, and usually you don't always see lightning in the morning. So it's a little bit of a rare event. Waiting for a big crack. Just comes out from the sky. It's like, oh, what's that? Yeah. Even in my bed, it's like I see the flashes. It's like, ah. They just had a huge crack. I was like, oh, I should have gotten that. I keep wondering if this place has ever flooded, but ever since I moved in 3 years ago, it hasn't flooded at all. It would be like really weird to have like a huge embankment of water coming in. But I have a feeling it's flooded quite severely, like over 20 years ago. I just don't really remember. Because we lived here once before, and I think it might have flooded quite severely once. But not recently, not in the past 3 years. So it'd be really weird to have water flow over the yard, because it's quite difficult to have it flood here. Have to be a huge amount of water. Oh, my arm's getting tired. I wanted to get a big crack. It's mostly rolling thunder. Flashes. I've got to get some sleep. Come on, crack and lightning. And I'm gonna stay on a little bit longer, then I'm gonna get some sleep. It's early, it's too early for me. Cannot stay up for very long. not be very attentive. Still, it's pretty wild to have a storm. It's like, well, it's a storm. The thing I hate about where we live is it's prone to storms. A lot of places you can't live there without it being like completely flooded. But this place is pretty good. But no one wants to keep this house. So I'm gonna miss it. Gonna miss being safe from storms. Now I'm gonna be flung out into who knows where. But I just heard this storm this morning and I'm like, oh, I really don't want to move out to the country, man. Because if it gets flooded, it's cyclones. Yeah, parents are being crazy to move there and think there isn't going to be any. It's going to be lots. Well, literally like 3-4 times a year at least. I'm like, I'm not into that. Not into that scene. I want to be safe. I don't want to deal with dumb floods, weird storms. I just want to be safe. Ooh, that was good. A lot of areas aren't safe. I lived in Sunshine, not safe. Gold Coast, prone to wild storms. Even on this south side, a lot of places I've rented, they flood out. End up Burpengary, prone to flooding annually, quite often. And you're like going, it's not cool, man. It's not cool. When you're in the country, the whole country road floods. The whole stretch of road can flood at various times, and you're like going, oh, this sucks, because you get caught in your car, don't have a strong waterproof car, just can get gulped down by the water. Just throw the car right off the road sometimes. You're like going, if not break the windshields, and then you float out of the car. Like going, you have to swim, you have to avoid snakes, you have to avoid crocodiles. Oh, it's annoying. I don't like it at all. I've had that experience. It's like not what I sought after. Yeah. Don't like it at all. Oh, I'm not gonna get my clapping thunder strike. Well, I'm so tired. I'm gonna take all this and go back to bed. I can't stay attentive in the mornings. Doesn't matter how pretty the thunder is. Gotta give it up. So this is pretty much a thunderous morning. You hardly ever get a morning where it's thundering. It's like it's thundering today, and it's like, oh, this is a good introduction to the rain. didn't always expect it, especially in the mornings. Oh, that's it. I've had enough. That's it. Gonna go back to sleep. Let the storm wander through without my attention on it. See a storm? See, when I wake up in a few hours, maybe you've developed into more lightning cracks.